Okay, this is Jolie here for the English Mixed Martial Arts Association. Paul Reed joins me. We are not far off from Four Nations 23, the second ever time this event's been held. This time it's in Wales, though. First things first, Paul, it's good to speak to you again. How are you?
Yeah, how are you, Joe? Good to speak to you, mate.
Very well. This time around, not so much unexpected events in the build-up because we've been here before, but how's the process been on, I guess you'd say, yeah, fight week?
Look, I'm always transparent, Joe. It's been
Hmm.
tough, really, really tough. And I think it's because it's the size of the tournament. It's our own venue, not somebody else's venue this time. There's a hell of a lot of athletes, as you know, Joe. So, the youth tournament, the smooth comp setup has been, it's fresh for us. It's a new thing for us, and that's been tough. Um, yeah, it's a lot of work, as you know, Joe, more than anybody else. We're a very small team, aren't we?
Hmm.
So it's late nights and early mornings and a hell of a lot of work in the background. And Dana deserves a medal, but everybody else that's mucked in as well. Marie and Leon and Paul Sutherland, all this, obviously, all the coaches and stuff. It's just a really tough time. And I think it's always important that I let people know that in the background, you might not see it, but by God, we don't have to work hard to make
Yeah.
these events work. But I'm excited, mate. I'm excited to kind of do the biggest amateur MMA events ever been seen in the UK. So, it's a bit of a game changer. I'm excited to have two cages running in our own venue. I'm excited to have this super exciting relationship with PFL, of course. PFL Vice President James Fruin coming on the Sunday. Obviously, Dan then is head of director of operations, doing the job for Emma, but notably, mate, picking up, he's scouting. And I don't know if people understand how important that is, getting this PFL interest in amateur MMA and wanting to develop them and give them opportunities both as amateurs and undercards to signing them as pros. Like, how exciting is that? And then Jack Shaw and Richard Shaw and Brett Johns and Molly and Mark Goddard and Dan Hardy and um, Veronica Hardy. It's just brilliant, mate, to have them all there, given the time to see the kids and do the Q&As and like I'm super excited, mate. I just want to get there and get it underway and build it and then see it run because I'm sure it'll be brilliant, mate. And yeah, it's just an important time for us, I think, to try and deliver something that creates memories again. And as much as the last Four Nations was small, um, look how much the athletes appreciated and got excited about that. This one will be even bigger.
Yeah, there was a lot to unpack from that. First thing I wanted to talk about was the PFL thing really is enormous, and having the ability to say, if you come and fight at the Four Nations or under Emma, then you really do have a pathway in the pros. Also, on did you have something to say there?
No, no, no. Sorry, mate. No.
I was also going to mention the fact that this year we do have a venue. That's obviously a step up, and it shows that there's improvement and it's getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, mate. Look, there's many reasons with us kind of temporarily kind of not engaging with IMAF tournament. It was important that we did something to both support the youth that were due to go, obviously, and the senior team, but for squad to get competition. So whilst getting our own venue and 3 days of competition and an extra cage drives so much cost into us, through obviously extra paramedics and as you know, Joe, we use, Chris Lamb, the highest level of medical team. It's obviously a venue hire for 3 days. It's not like we're in somebody else's venue that, we didn't pay to be there. We couldn't sell tickets at the last event, but it's a higher cost for us and we'll never recover that cost. And I think it's important people know is because it's been a small issue. And I think I just want to qualify, and I don't want to pick people out, but English MMA has zero funding. It has some very important and generous people that support us. We do shadow sanction for PFL and UFC, but they're small payments, but very important. But before people think about, when we do this and all the effort that goes into it and all the staff, yourself, Joe included, and Don and the media team and all them officials turning up and all of the guests and me, and everybody else that do this without a single cost covered, right? And you know that more than anybody, Joe, because you travelled even to the Europeans, right? It's at our own cost.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that, I'm proud that we're making this work. I'm proud that we, are driven to do that. And I'm proud of how many people turn up and do it by taking time off work, paying for their hotels, paying for their travel, not getting a pound back to put something on for athletes. And I just want that to be respected while we're there. And I know a lot of people do, but after that, you mentioned PFL, and forgive me for that slight just divert there, but I wanted to get that out, mate, because of some of the comments we've had, and it's a misunderstanding, the misinformed people, and that's all it is. But PFL, as you know, I worked with them at the weekend, or for the weekend at Berlin, was part of the fighter operations team. I met a team of people that are super excited about getting involved in amateur sport and the development of amateur sport. There's obvious links with Dan now in his role, in very important role in PFL. But I met their senior team, James Freeman mainly, that just really want to support amateur development and actually see room for amateur undercards in PFL, as well as then novice pro, undercards. So the PFL thing's massive. You'll see branding around the event with PFL, and the PFL vice president attending. I think with others. I think some of the PFL fighters, athletes are coming as well. I know Dylan Duke said after this, after his great win at the weekend and that great fight with Conor Hughes, and there's others attending. So we've got a strong link, and I think everything we try to do is develop athletes to give them competition in a safe environment, help them from a performance aspect. And now we've got a link into a very forward-thinking promotion that's growing quickly that want to also give opportunities. And I get that, mate, because mate, as much as me, that some of these amateurs are going to be the next big pros, and locking them down for an event just makes sense. So that's exciting. It's never happened for us before. It's another big step forward.
Yeah, for sure. And I'd reiterate that 100 times. The fact that even the conversations I've had with the PFL, you can see genuine interest in wanting to grow the sport at amateur level as well. And it's a great partnership. Looking forward to that one. Just to finish off then on the Four Nations this year, what new things can we expect? Obviously, there's the venue change, but with the brackets have been announced now, what can people expect, Paul?
Well, I think first and foremost, people will expect. What will they expect? They're going to watch people come into competition that are serious about competing. Why else would they be there wanting to represent the country? If you look at the last Four Nations, we had some of the best fights we've seen at amateur. Everybody behaved very professionally, competed well, then, and even more now an excellent incentive to compete in front of PFL. There's a change to this one, though. I want people to understand how exciting the youth are within English MMA and all of the other nations. That the development in youth sport is incredible. It's the one thing I spoke to the PFL guys and anybody else coming that actually just coming to watch MMA. Look at the talent we have in the youth, and and naturally we want to grow youth into junior and junior into senior, and like I would think people will be amazed at the talent all the way through at amateur level, how professional these people are, how talented they are, and they can clearly see that progression and ultimately, mate, I want it to be an expo feel. I want it to people to enjoy it, get to meet and greet with all the stars. We're going to have a bit of fun with the Power Cube. I don't know if you've ever seen that, Joe, but we've got the Power Cube with us and a bit of fun with the audience. I just want good participation, good atmosphere in a great venue where we've got all the facilities set up. But I'll keep saying it, like I'm excited to watch the youth compete because they're so talented.
Brilliant. No, it's going to be a great tour. I'm looking forward to it once again. Four Nations, England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales. We will see you all there from Friday through to Sunday. It's going to be a good one. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, mate, just give a final plug out for the tickets, guys.
Yes, I'll leave a link below.
Come and see us and come and meet and greet and opportunities of competition and sign gloves and sign t-shirts and just come and get involved.
Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff on the socials as well. If you check out the Instagram English MMA,
Yeah.
then you'll see those giveaways as well and the links to the tickets, but I will put them in the description as well.